Hello children, how are you doing all? Okay, I hope that everybody is fine. Yes, so as in the previous lecture, we had discussed about what we had discussed about uh, the three more kinds. So we had the last lectures, we had discussed about all the types of soil. Okay, what are the different characteristics of soil, what are they used for, how they are made, and from which states they are located. Okay, and then we have seen what is soil erosion, how it occurs, and what are the types of different reasons that gives the way for soil erosion. So that we have seen in the last lecture, and in today's lecture we are going to cover up the entire chapter, that would be from the topic soil conservation. Okay, so let's discuss. So as we can see, soil conservation, so conservation means to save. Okay, to save soil, that is what soil conservation means. So soil is, as you can see, soil is one of the most important natural resource that you know. Okay, all the students, all the children, you are knowing that soil is important factor, and we have seen in the last lecture that soil is most important for plants and as well as human beings as well as for animals. So it is a we can say it is the most important thing in our lives. Okay, even for animals as well as for whom, for human beings. Yes, so as this is the important thing, but there is another thing that makes it destroy. What is that? That is erosion. So but its erosion is one of the biggest global environmental problems. When we can say that soil erosion, as we have seen in the last lecture, soil erosion means what? Soil erosion makes the entire soil, yeah, it damages or it destroys the entire soil with certain, as we can say, the reasons such as deforestation, overgrazing. Okay, all these things are a part of that. Okay, the reasons that make the soil damaged, okay, or it destroys the entire soil. So here are few methods. Let's see how. Now let's see in today's lecture how this soil has to be conserved, even if soil erosion takes place. But there are also certain methods in which we can make the soil conserved, we can save this soil. Which are those methods, or which are let's see. Okay, what is the first method? That is crop rotation, as you can see in the screen. Okay, that is crop rotation. What is that? See, I have underlined, you have also, you should also underline this, the entire definition for that. See, what is that? The method of growing a sequence of different crops on a piece of land, that we can see in the picture itself. See, it's given in a sequence. Okay, in a sequence it is grown. Okay, in a piece of land. Okay, is known as, this is known as crop rotation. Now what is the use of this crop rotation? It helps to maintain what? Soil fertility. Means soil fertility, as I have explained in the last lecture, that fertility means what? It helps us for the process of agriculture. It gives us, or it allows to do us the agriculture. This is what known as fertility or fertilization. So this crop rotation helps to maintain what? That fertility of the soil, and it replenishes nutrients is also developed in the soil, and reduces what? Diseases or insecticides, pests in the crops. And the presence of crops on the land throughout the year prevents what? Soil erosion. So if the crops are present on the land throughout the year, means what? It prevents what? Soil erosion. In this way soil erosion is been prevented. This is what crop rotation method is. Okay, it gives us to, it makes us to conserve what? Yeah, it makes us to conserve the entire soil. Means it makes us away of what? Yes, it makes us away of the means the insecticides, the pesticides that are that comes in the crop, what do? It is lost. Means due to this conservation, this method, the insecticides and pesticides are being destroyed. So this is what crop rotation is all about. Okay. Now let's see terrace farming. What is that? What is terrace farming? So this is the method, as you can see in the picture. Okay, the method of growing crops on hill slopes. Okay, in a slopy way. It comes as in a slopy way, and it takes a form of a hill. Okay, that is why it is known as hill slope. Okay, by creating steps. Okay, stepped patches means you can see it seems to be steps. Okay, so it has the creating the steps patches of the land. Okay, for farming is known as terrace farming. So this kind of you can see in the picture itself, this kind of method of farming is known as what? Terrace farming. And this step patches, why these step patches are given? Means it prevents the flow of water to be fast. Means the flow of water becomes slow. In order to what? This makes, okay, if the water flow from when the rain comes in fast way, means what happens when it prevents the water to flow in a slow manner, so that it may not hurt the soil which is inside this land. Okay, thus it prevents us from what, or it minimizes what? Soil erosion. This is what terrace farming is. So I hope that you understood this too. Now there are another two method for soil conservation. Which are they? Afforestation and dams and embankments. So let's get into afforestation. What is that? See, it is a method of planting trees in barren lands, is known as what? Afforestation. What do you mean by afforestation? It means by barren lands means you can say the land in which, yeah, the 3/4 part of the land is means where the agriculture process is carried out. That is known as barren lands. Okay. Means some part of the land is used for what? Agricultural purpose. That is known as barren lands, where in some part of that land, okay, we cannot grow the plant. So the method of planting trees on barren lands is known as what? Afforestation. So as the trees grow, the roots hold the soil firmly and prevent the soil erosion. So when the plantation takes place in such barren lands, what is that? The roots of their soil, it holds the roots hold the soil tight. Firmly means tight. Okay, and prevent what? Soil erosion. So, and various campaigns, drives and efforts are being promoted. So children, you might be having such kind of I don't know whether you have or not, but or in the coming time, maybe you will get a chance, or if some of the children you might have seen in schools also some plantation campaign activities are carried out on the plantation day. So at that time some trees have been planted. Okay, so this is what, so even school children are involved in such go green activities. So where such activities are carried out is known as the barren lands. Okay, so and organized in a plant trees on a large scale in plains as well as in hilly areas, and school children are involved in such go green activities. This is what afforestation. It prevents the soil erosion. Why? Because their roots hold the soil very tight or firmly and prevent the soil erosion. Now the fourth method is for soil conservation is dams and embankments. What is that? A lot of soil is eroded by fast flowing water. See, look at this word. What do you mean by erode? Erode means it is destroyed. Okay, so a lot of soil is destroyed by the fast flowing water, as we have seen in that what terrace farming. Okay, when the water flows in a fast way, what happens? It destroys the entire soil. So it's the same thing. The lot of soil is destroyed or eroded by fast flowing of water by streams and rivers. So for that and waves from the seas or oceans, that also cause soil erosion. So to prevent that, this such kind of dams, see, you can see dams or embankments are built to control what? Control the flow of water. Why? The special thing about that dams is that why it can be considered as the soil conservative method, because the water can be controlled in such type of dams. The flow of the water can be controlled. The means the dams are not opened on the spot so that water will flow in a very fast way. No. Why? There is a control in the flowing of the water. Means it is, see, we can see in the sentence that soil erosion is minimized with the help of such measure. Why? Since water from dams and bunds is released in a controlled manner. See, I have already said that. I explained that it is controlled. It is the water flowing. The flowing of the water is controlled. Okay. So on the other hand, these embankments hold water and do not allow the soil to erode. So this embankments what gives the control on the flow of water, and in this way the it does not or it do not allow the soil to erode. Erode means, I have said, it does not allow the soil to be destroyed. Okay. So the stored water in the embankments is later used for what? Irrigation purpose. So the water that are saved by the control level of water flow, some water remains conserved. So in which way they use this water, the saved water or the stored water? The stored water in the embankments is later used for what purpose? Irrigation purpose. So this is what the entire chapter is. So I have explained the entire chapter, and please, it is important thing that all the facts, okay, the facts that is given like this in every chapter. I'm not only talking about this chapter, but in all the chapters that I have explained, in every those chapters, wherever this such kind of facts are given, those things are very important. You have to read that also. Okay, you should not ignore these facts, because questions can be asked from these facts also. So take a note of that. Okay, don't forget, you have to read these facts, especially read the glossary also. It can be asked as kind of a what puzzle type also, it can be asked, this glossary. So this glossary, you have to, first of all, when you complete the notes, first you have to write down the glossary part, then you have to move on for the question answers of the textbook. Okay, so the fact is very important. Read out the facts also. Okay, so here the chapters is almost completed. We have completed the entire chapter. I hope that you have understood what is a soil, what is soil erosion, and what are the types of soil, and how this soil is been conserved, or what are the different methods of soil erosion, or different examples of soil erosion, and what are the methods that can be carried out for soil conservation. That also we have explained, or we have discussed. I hope that you have understood. Now it's your part. Now it's your turn. What is that? Now it's your turn to read the entire chapter. I have explained. I hope that you have understood. But now it's your part that you have to read the entire chapter properly. You have to read the entire portion, all the underlined portion that I have given. You have to underline that also, and you have to read the facts part. Okay, and especially right now, if I say, see here, after this types of soil, there is a brain teaser. Okay, so you have to pay attention this properly. Which is that? See, brain teaser also you have to, it's kind of an activity. What is that? You find out which fertile soil is also known as Khadar and Bangar. So I am giving you the answer. The answer is alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is the soil which is known as what? Khadar and Bangar. So take a note of this also. You have to read these things, the brain teasers, the facts, all these things you have to read. These are the extra things that are provided in the textbook. You have to go through the textbook and read it properly, especially all the, and in the types of soil you have to read all the, you have to note all the states in which they are located. You have to by heart all the states. You have to keep in mind all the states. Okay, not by heart, you have to study properly. You have to keep in mind the entire states where they are located, and when it is asked to locate in the map, you have to take only one state, considering all the, in each soil you have to keep in mind, you have to take any one state but every state should be different. Suppose you have to take in black soil from Maharashtra. If you take Maharashtra from black soil, then in red soil you can take, see, in red soil there is also Maharashtra, so you no need to take Maharashtra. You can take Andhra Pradesh in red soil, and in alluvial soil you can take what, Punjab, or as you like, you can take any of the state. But when you pick up any one state from there, from each soil, it should not be repeated. When it is, I am explaining you that when it is asked in a map question, you have to take any one states from each soil, and when you locate in the map, the state should not be repeated. All the soil should be located in different states. Okay, so I hope that you understood. So that you have to take note. Okay, you have to concentrate in that matter. Okay, that's why I am saying, especially be thorough with the states, and not only states, read out the main part of that I have made you underline, like this. Means what are the mineral content, that is aluminium and iron, that is present in laterite soil, and which kind of cultivation is carried out in certain soil. Say in laterite soil, coffee, cashew nut, coconut, and in desert soil we can say wheat, maize. So like these points are very important. So these things you have to underline and you have to take note. Don't just ignore. So that's why I'm saying you have to read the textbook properly and study well. Okay, so okay, I hope that you understood the entire chapter properly. Okay, now and the next lecture would be for you will get the entire discussion of this question answers, and I will provide the PDF format, the answers also. Okay, I would have given you as a homework for finding out the answer also, but as we have no time, we have less time, so I will be giving the answers also for you, and you have to just learn it properly, study it properly. Okay, and book B question answers also will be discussing, that also I will provide later on. So I hope that you understood. So take care, study well, and bye.